you're a mum to two boys. I'm a dad to two boys. It has been one heck of a journey of discovery for me these last 11 years or so. What has surprised you both as a mum to parenting boys? What have you learnt about yourself through that?
That's such a massive question, Ben.
Yeah,
Um,
I like asking massive questions.
yeah, yeah. Oh my gosh.
Did you did you always think, because I thought I was going to be a dad to girls. I don't know why. I just always thought I'd have daughters. Weirdly, it never went
You'd
through
be a
my
great
head.
girl dad. Maybe that's why. Maybe because you'd
Yeah,
be a great girl dad.
maybe. But so I think I was wired and ready for girl energy. Like whenever we have girls come round, and they'll just often, not always, but often the girls will come round and they will be really calm, and they will draw, and they
Oh
will
yeah.
colour, and they will do creative things. Whereas obviously a room full of boys just go ah.
Yep.
Um,
Completely different
I
energy.
wasn't really ready for the energy because because I have a lot more of that kind of feminine energy. I think I when I was a kid, I was really creative. I used to spend hours drawing, writing, coloring. I wasn't really a get covered in mud kind of boy.
Yeah.
So I haven't really been ready for it, and I've braced myself, and I've kind of got used to it after 11 years of chaos.
That's well put. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have my youngest son is like the embodiment of this like physicalized masculine energy. And I absolutely think he was a gift sent to me to teach me about the masculine journey.
yeah,
Very, very much. And it's been hard because I grew up with a sister and my mom, we did all the crafting stuff, and that's sort of like the how to parent model that I have, and that was completely blown out of the water. As it should be. Like, I think our children are our greatest teachers, right? And they're
yeah,
like, if we knew everything, then that's what's the point.
yeah,
It's school, right? And so my little one, we've really had to figure out how to meet each other. He's 11 now, and there's been moments where I think what I do well as a parent is I'm just honest, and the gift of this child is just absolute unfiltered raw honesty. I'm like, that is going to be your saving grace, even in the times that I'm like, ow,
yeah,
ow. I never want him to lose it, because that's how you keep yourself safe from the programming. You just go, that's some bullshit, that's some bullshit, that's some bullshit. And that this kid has a gift for that, even when it's directed at me.
yeah.
I'm like, you're right, that was some bullshit. I should not have said that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's maybe the difference in generations of parenting, is that I find myself a lot having much more conversational parenting with, especially my 11-year-old, saying, "Yeah, I did that wrong actually," or "I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't have the answer for that. I am literally winging this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm
How
just,
beautiful.
I'm trying to be a dad, and but I've also got my own interests, and I am also living my own life. My life didn't stop the day that I became your dad. It just,
And I think that's one of the like the most beautiful things to say to your kids. Like, I'm also here. I am also here, and I have wants and needs. And like in this moment, I'm needing. Sometimes for me, I'm like, I need nobody to talk for 5 minutes. I need
yes,
5 minutes where nobody speaks,
yeah,
please, so that I can come back to my center. And I think it's teaching them that they have the right to do that too,
mhm,
where my son can come home from school and we'll have somewhere to go, and he's like, I need alone time for
yeah,
10 minutes before we head out the door.
yeah,
And knowing that he will have that honored in my household, because if I do it for me, of course I'm going to do it for him.
yeah,
But then the exchange is there too, like, hey, this is, or we walk in the door sometimes and we've all just come in, and then they're like, can you make this? Can you make this? I'm like, look at look at what is happening. I'm carrying 8 things in my head, and you've already asked in my hands, and you've already asked me to do one more thing. Be present. Give me a moment. You can ask me that same question in 5 minutes.
yeah. Wow,
Yeah.
your house sounds so similar to my house.
Yeah. Two boys. That'll do it. It's a
Yeah.
vibe.
But I mean, I'm a huge advocate of alone time, and because I think our world is always on. We're never really alone. Just the ability to actually just sit quietly and just to process your thoughts and just not be contacted, or it's just I try to carve out times every day just to be quietly present and just not always connected, because it's hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
It,
Um,
it's yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I've learned an awful lot. I'll continue to learn a lot, but I do think that as I think as parents, we have we need to get to know ourselves better. I think what the kind of work you're doing with Earth School and stuff is really important because actually we are a generation that it feels sometimes that we're so in service of trying to parent the best we can or constantly analysing how well we're doing because we see all these things in social media of how we should parent and we compare ourselves to other people that it can be hard sometimes just to take time for yourself, for your own journey of transformation and to find what drives you. So I think it's really important what you're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah, but it can be really hard, but yeah, I think the better you can see yourself, the better you can see your kids, and then you're not projecting all of this stuff onto them that then they have to grow up and heal from.